Dia de los Muertos is celebrated throughout Mexico and in many parts of the United States.
On September 28th, UW-Stevens Point students received an email from Chancellor Bernie Patterson. Inside the email titled Response to Troubling Incidents, Chancellor Patterson laid out brief details regarding to several incidents on and near campus that have made UWSP students feel threatened.
Ambassadors are a key component in the recruitment of students.
Speaking of recruitment, the UW-Stevens Point's women's basketball team seemed to have success with finding players over the past few seasons.
From family traditions, design skulls, and even David Bowie, UW-Stevens Point celebrated Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, at the Carlson Art Gallery throughout October. An opening reception was held on October 10th. Anju Rich Singhani, an assistant professor of history at UWSP, gave a presentation about the holiday and its traditions.
So the Carlson Gallery usually has an exhibit every year honoring the Day of the Dead, in which they have students participating by doing altars, or known as a ofrendas, where they essentially are trying to create a space for people to respect the dead that are supposed to be, in theory, right, visiting every year on that occasion.
Dia de los Muertos is celebrated throughout Mexico and in many parts of the United States. It is connected to the Mesoamerican culture surrounding death and rebirth. There are also many misconceptions about this holiday.
Day of the Dead is actually more of a joyous celebration. I think people oftentimes compare it to Halloween or think of it as something that's quite negative or depressing, and it's actually meant to sort of bring families back together, bring loved ones back together.
Much like other events held at the gallery, the Day of the Dead exhibit was full of culture and gave everyone a chance to learn something new.
This is a really cool piece in spreading some light and also having students that are actually part of the culture be able to celebrate somewhere on campus, especially in Stevens Point.
This is a really nice event for people who don't know much about Latin America, especially Mexico, to get to learn about the events, to enjoy the food, to have some music, to see the work that students have done, the painting that they've accomplished.
The exhibit was open to the public and to UWSP students. This was the third consecutive year the gallery displayed it, and they hope to keep the tradition alive in coming years.
On one side, elation and joy. On the other, shock and sadness. The results of the 2016 election are about as polarizing as it gets. On November 8th, Donald Trump was voted the next president of the United States, much to the surprise of many citizens across the country. Regardless of your opinion on the soon-to-be president, the next 4 years should be interesting.
Good evening. On our broadcast tonight, new details concerning the debate over the plans with the new science building on campus, our resident and student voices being heard.
Catch the golden snitch. Non-traditional sports are on the rise on campus. Do sports that use alternative equipment such as a broom have a chance to succeed?
Finally, a Cameroon native hosts a charity event in Stevens Point to raise awareness about an aspect of life that many of us take for granted, access to clean water.
But first, we begin our broadcast with the debate over a reconstruction proposal from the Stevens Point Department of Public Works. Developmental plans have begun on a new construction project along Business 51 in Stevens Point. Reporter Jason Ryan has more.